Arnor Strategy Battle Gamers. So we are here with a news video. It's been such a long time since we've had a big bit of news. So we did have the diorama set that came out last year, and then we had the Osciliath box set came out late 2022, and then we did have Defense of the North, which also came out summer of 2022. So here's a bit of news. These Arnor Knights. So my forecast for the new supplement coming out was way off. I thought it was going to be for sure a Last Alliance with the Elrond figure and with the Glorfindel figure. But ironically enough, both Glorfindel and Elrond have a relatively big role to do with the fall of Arnor also. So we got these new Arnor Knights. Next month we are supposed to get another reveal, and they had another picture with the image of a banner on it. So it's going to be something Arnor related that they're going to reveal next month also, because it was a Arnor model. And I think this is a very interesting release. I knew that it was either going to be the fall of Arnor or the Battle of the Last Alliance or the Last Alliance, because those are really the only two. There are really four factions that are involved with those two supplements that I could think of that haven't been reworked, fleshed out, and Arnor is definitely one of the ones. So these knights will add something to their arsenal, some mobility. But what kind of excites me is what else are they going to put in with a faction like Angmar. Angmar is already a faction that people win with. It definitely doesn't have flaws in terms of winning tournaments, because people have won. So the faction of Angmar is extremely powerful already. But what they do lack that other factions like Mordor, even Gundabad, is flavor. So basically you're limited to, I think, 3 troop choices. I think you can take trackers, you can take orc warriors, you can take Deadmarsh specters. Wherein they, like in a sort of updated version, they could take men of Rundower, who were kind of a tribesman faction that was under the Witch King, or men of Carndum, add in 2 sort of evil men factions. And then there's an expansion to Lord of the Rings Battle of the North that came out years ago called The Rise of the Witch King, and you basically fought the War of Arnor. And they had a lot of flavor with the troops you could take. You could take like huge werewolves. You could take like troll troops, like sort of heavy armored trolls. And I think if they could do something like that with Angmar and kind of give them their own flavor to separate them, because like right now, if someone popped an Angmar army down in front of me, and unless I saw like a Gulavar, I might think it's a Mordor army, So I think they could definitely do some stuff to give them their own identity in terms of giving them unique troops, giving them unique hero choices. Birders and Gulavar are definitely unique to Angmar, but I think they could maybe use some named captain type heroes. Arnor is the faction that I'm kind of interested to see fleshed out, because right now, currently, their entire roster is not in print. So you can't actually buy Arnor troops, you can't buy their heroes, their captains, and you can't buy Arvedui and Malbeth, who are their 2 named heroes. Which I'm sure they're going to come back for this supplement, but one thing I'm interested in is how they're going to flesh out Arnor even further. So you can take hobbits, archers, you could take rangers of Arnor, you could take warriors of Arnor, and we know for a fact now you're going to be able to take knights of Arnor. So I think if they can give Arnor one or two named captains, if if we're gonna stick with the kind of timeline where Arvedui's the king, I think I think the supplement will be called the Fall of Arnor. I think it'll follow similar to the Skyring of the Shire, where it's the same name as the original supplement. It's gonna be called the Fall of Arnor. I bet that they're gonna add a bunch of scenarios, probably a few legendary legions, with one with Arnor. I wouldn't be surprised if they had one with Arnor and Rivendell. And then I'm kind of thinking two new Arnor troop or heroes, like named captains, and maybe possibly a elite Arnor warrior that's on foot, and maybe giving them the option for a mounted hero, maybe like two. So I said two named captains earlier. I think they could benefit from having some mounted heroes, and or in a legendary legion where they are with Rivendell and they now have access to heroes like Glorfindel and Elrond. I could definitely see a Arnor army working extremely efficiently. Because back before the armies of Lord of the Rings came out, Arnor was a pretty popular army here in the States, especially in events, and often I would see Arnor players get pretty high up in the podium. With access to heroes like Malbeth and Eladin and Elrihir, they were a pretty sufficient force, and I think they could be again if you gave them just a few slight tools. Now, of course, I think that they're not a bad force. I think the Warriors of Arnor are extremely good for their points cost. You have a fight for troop, but I think where they're kind of lacking currently is the heroes in punching power, especially when you have to go up against defense 6 plus. Defense 6 and upward is where they would struggle. And I think with a faction like Angmar, they can give them some pretty powerful troop choices, like, I don't know, just kind of throwing it out there, half-troll warriors. Something similar to Mahud, but maybe a little bit more toned down. They can give them, all kinds of crazy troops that aren't, just orc warriors. They could also flush out Gulfimble, because he's also in the Angmar army. In terms of adding some different hero flavor, I think you can add in some like the Chieftain of Rundower, or the Captain of Carndum, just some named captain like infantry based models that aren't monsters. I could also see this force having a couple of legendary legions. Two that kind of come off the top of my head is one that includes the Witch King, and then maybe one that includes birders, like the troll assault or something, where if you take birders, you could get some like crazy combinations with some trolls and some half troll warriors. Just something they can do to kind of make the faction play without the Witch King or Gulavar, which I think that we probably will see a re-release or a re-sculpt of Gulavar, as well as the Shade, because those are two models that cycle in and out of production. And I actually don't remember if Gulavar was cycled back into production or if he was a made-to-order. I'm pretty sure he was a made-to-order. So I have a feeling it's probably about time to get a new Gulavar model. And sort of the last thing I want to talk about is with the massive amount of stuff they can give us in this supplement. I always love to see new terrain. They could definitely give us some Arnorian slash Angmar themed terrain. They can give us some, I doubt they would, but they could give us like Karn Doom, for instance, or some sort of structures that it could be a kit that's like a Arnor house, and then it has options to have a Arnor house that has obviously been taken by the Witch King. Something like that. But I think that there's a lot of potential in this supplement. Basically, this was a news video that turned into a sort of wish list. So I hope you guys did enjoy that. I would like to apologize for the lack of content we've been putting on our channel lately. Pretty much everyone in our channel, our lives have changed drastically since when we first started. Some people have moved away, some people have stopped playing the game, and it's kind of made filming content, making content hard. So, I mean, if you look at the last couple of years of our channel, a lot of it's news videos, a lot of it is unboxings, and that's kind of why, because that's something that one or two people could do. We do want to get some more battle reports coming up. We do have some big events we're going to this year, and I would hope that you guys can stay tuned for some really good content. Stay tuned for the channel, because I do plan on posting more news videos. And as always, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.